What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. I hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I am doing good. Just sitting down at the desk, looking at these trades, trying to self-analyze and see how I traded today. Today was a decent day in the market. Working with this new little style that I am using. It is definitely a scalper's strategy. Um, Downright just a scalper's mentality. That's all I can say about it. But it's working. It's working. So what we're going to do today is take a look at what the market did overall. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up our layout. And I did flip some things around. Right in front of me, I have the 1 minute chart and then my tick charts. To the right, I can flip from a 1 minute, a 2 minute, and a 5 minute. That's if I want to look at a tick chart here and a time-based chart here. Down here, I got my 5, 15, and 60. And then I have the $Q. And it never fails. My phone has been quiet all evening. Soon as I hit the start button to start recording, somebody wants to start texting me. I'll check that when I'm done. But that's my layout. Now, I do have on another screen to the left, I have another super dome, and I have one chart. That way I can trade two accounts at one time, which I did this morning. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring up the video here in a second, and we're going to look and actually watch these trades as they play out. And you'll probably notice that. But what I do want to do is take a overall look at what the NQ did today. This is from 12:30 on, but we are going to tighten it up even more than that. And we're only going to worry about the market hours. Let's go 9:15 until. So this is a 5-minute chart. And look at what the market did. We had one area that was marked on our chart. That's a 4-hour price level. Previous day's close, previous high of day. And then we have VWAP. Market opened at 9:30 right at VWAP. It pulled back, came on up, broke previous day's high, pulled back. I love the break, the retest, and it just ran all day long. I'm gonna bring, let's see, let's go this way because I wanted to take it out till 6 o'clock, or I'm sorry, to 4 o'clock. That's market close. I'm gonna bring this back over. And that's the big picture right there. That's what the market did from 9:30 until 4 o'clock when the market closed. This is the hours that I really want to focus on trading, but more especially 9:30 till 11:30. If you notice, I missed a lot of the move just trading those hours. The bulk of the move came in at 11:30. Bulk of that move came in at 11:30. I did take a couple of trades as I came back in from outside in the shop and took a couple of trades. But let me discuss the $tick Q real quick. Just kind of explaining how I try to use it, and then we'll look and see if that's how I used it during my live trades. But zero is that's your baseline. And then you have ranges. You have ranges to the downside and you have ranges to the upper side. Range to the downside. The further you get to the downside, to the negative numbers, expect a snap back higher. They accept a snapback higher. And just the opposite. If you're up near these higher areas, expect a move back down lower. So if we look at the tick chart for today, and this is a 1 minute chart. I like to look at this on a 1 minute chart so that I can get those candles to break every minute. If you notice, it's fairly even. We had one area down here. Let's look at that one. 324. So let's look at 324 on the 1 minute chart. That's right here. At negative 1,000, I am expecting a nice move. Let's see where this thing went from. It went from 16,925, 2 candles up to 16,948. It's a nice 20-point move right there. Basically, from the extreme low back up to 0. I would have been on that play all day long. This is one, I take these. When the market opens at negative 1,000, I'm going long off rip. I'm not even thinking about it. If it opens at negative 500, usually I'm going to go long and I'm going to get my stop in place. Soon as the trade goes green, I'm going to start chasing because I'm expecting it to snap and possibly pull back. But let's go ahead. Let's bring up the live video. It's going to start and you're going to see I'm already up 125 in this account because I did take a trade. If you look, boom, let's just get it to clear up a little bit. If you look, I took a trade right there at 920. I sat down. This made a nice move, a very nice move. This went from about 16,832 up to 16,842. That's almost 10 points. It's almost 10 points. And you see that I stopped out on this pullback, basically taking my stop to break even, and made a little bit of money off of it. But let's go ahead. Let's get this thing started. I start this with 11 seconds until the market opened. So this is going to start right away. You're going to see just how quick I get in some trades when the market opens. But I had already been kind of watching the market too, as you see right there. So 2, 1, 0. Watch this. Boom. I'm in a trade. I am in a trade because I was waiting on it to break this level. And you see, I got my stop in place soon as it broke, just so that in case it did that right there. Locked in. I think I made, what was that? 50 bucks real quick. So just a quick little scalp on 50 bucks. I'm going to pause it. Let's look and see. So on $ tick, it's easy to see where this is at. If you can't see it on the chart, this block right here tells you where it is. So it's at negative 345. Remember I said I like it at around negative 500 or so. You see I have the line right here though. This is where it had been kind of living at. So it opened right where it's been living at. I'm going to look for a push back up to 0 if we are kind of bullish. So I'm going to start this again. And one other thing that I kind of talked about, me and Spark yesterday, or not even yesterday, this morning, is that I want to be using this in conjunction with VWAP. Over VWAP, I want to see this above 0, pulling back to 0. But you notice I'm in a trade. Like I said, if I'm up, I was up about 200 bucks. I start chasing. I'm locking profit in now. I'm up 10 points. I'm up about $200. Boom. It came back. It stopped me out. Okay, no harm, no foul. Quick 50 bucks. Still watching the $ tick. We are moving back up closer to 0. We're at negative 220 now. Let's continue to watch. This is a decent pullback on the 200 tick chart. But right now, we are pretty much dead center in the middle of this range. and we're coming up to previous day's high, green line. I shouldn't be taking, you see I got my hand on the buy button. I really shouldn't be taking one this close, but this is setting up for a 1 minute 3-bar play right here. I gotta get the clock back over on this because it's set to tick, but you notice we got 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and then this is gonna give off a new candle. Let's see if it gives the 3-bar play right here. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'm long. I go long playing this 1 minute 3-bar play. And I'm not sure why I gave that error. That's not good. And I didn't catch that. But look, I'm up 265. You see how much I was just up right there? So I get my stop in place just as it's cresting over that line in case it comes back down. Left some money on the table, but we up 380. Quick trade though, just a quick in and out type trade. And you see it's just struggling. Other reason why I wanted to get out of that is because it's sitting right at 0. It's sitting right at 0. So until this can break 0 and push higher, I'm going to play this that it's going to push back down. And look at what it did. Came up a little bit, retest, double top, and then kind of pushed back down. So that was the reason why I want to lock that profit in. Plus, like I said, I'm up $200-300. Let's lock half of that in. Let's not let that thing come all the way back down against us. So this time, I'm short. And I'm short because this is kind of struggling to break the 0. So I'm going to be playing this to come back down. The one thing, though, is we are above VWAP. So I kind of not want to play these pullbacks back down into VWAP. So that was one thing that I don't like about this trade that I took. But again, I'm playing it. See how I just highlighted over there? I'm playing that to push back down off of 0. We up 135. I'm locking profit in. I'm going to try to lock in half of whatever I am up on a trade. We up $200. We up $230. I'm locking in. Boom. 570. It's $570 in what? 5 minutes. What kind of job can you do that in? Trading. If you have a decent strategy. But let's see. Let's keep going because it wasn't all hunky-dory. You're going to see that it was not all hunky-dory. But look at what it's doing. Came up to 0. It didn't break 0 to keep going when it came up to the previous day's high. And that's why I use these levels in conjunction with time-based levels. So pushing back down. I can hear the audio from the video. But pushing back down. Or this is pushing back down. But look at the market. Market's pushing back up. You see me go long there. Let me pause that real quick. Now, you see, let me pause. You see a line for my 0. You see a line right here, which is probably 450 or so. But there is, and it should be, another line right through here. If y'all can see that, looking right through there, there is another area where the market has been bouncing from. That's why I take that long. It came down, it didn't push. So we're kind of staying in this area of the chart right now. And I kind of took that. So I'm gonna back this up because you see me take the trade. One thing that I do like also, I'm not even worrying about the chart flipping red or green, but usually I'm getting in right when it's flipping red or green. So let's go ahead. Let's start it back up. Let's start it up. And I'm going to speed it. There we go. So comes down 200, negative 200, and it bounces. So I go long. Let's see what we do here. We up 115, we up 200. I got stop in place. We up 215. Now I'm just chasing. Boom. $135 on that trade because I want to see this keep going. I don't want to see it do what it just did. Because again, the closer that this gets to zero, the more I am going to expect this to come back down. And look at what it does. Look at what it does. So that is how I use the that's how I use the tick chart in conjunction with my time-based charts. And even though this tick chart is not time-based, it's volume-based, I still use it with the price levels, I should say. Use it in conjunction with the price levels. So we're at negative 53. We are breaking above VWAP again. You notice I switched this chart to MNQ. You probably didn't catch it, but I unlinked it. I switched it to MNQ. And now I'm about to take a trade on this chart in another account. But I ended up just making an entirely separate screen for the other account that I'm trading. But that's neither here nor there. But that's what that was. If you saw this getting flipped over to MNQ, because I was trading MNQ in the other account. I got one account that I could put size on, I could put risk on, which is this account. And I have another account. No, we're not gonna put no risk on in that one. And that's the PA account. That's the account that I can actually make money on. But let's take a look. Let's see where we're at. Negative 100. Market's just kind of chopping around. It does that when it's near zero. Like I said, I like to play the extremes. Spark, he's kind of getting away from the tick, but when he was using it, he wanted to go long when it got above it or short when it got below it. And see, this is me here just setting up a screen. You saw me drag it off to the left. That's because that monitor to the left is where I was setting up. But nothing's really going on right now. What time is it? 9:37. We will be taking another trade here in a minute that I'm going to get clapped on. Booyah. I'm in it right now. So I go long right here. But look, we have broke this level. We have broke this level. Let's see what it does. Once this level fails, it's a good chance that this can come all the way down to like negative 400. And you notice I tighten my stop up. Usually once I'm over about $100, I'm trying to lock profit in. Under 100, it's kind of tight because look how choppy that thing is. The market, this thing whipsaws between positive 50 and negative 50. Let's see what it's going to do. Look at that. It's already pushed back up. If I see the tick chart, the dollar sign tick pushing up and prices not pushing up, that's not a good thing because this is going to push closer to zero and come back down. So boom, I stop out, take a major one. Look at that move back to the downside. So trade's not always green. They are not always green. But what I have to work on is limiting the exposure of big losses. And that one was a pretty decent sized loss right there. I think I lost 160 on that one. So that was a decent size. Market's back up near zero. We're up at negative 61. So I jump back in short for this to push back down. Now, usually I'll grab one. Like if this was a count that I wouldn't put the size on, I would just grab one. And as this pushes back up to 0, I would add to that position. I would grab another one because I'm playing this to push back down. One other thing though, what I mentioned in the intro, if we're above VWAP, I really should not be playing moves back down to VWAP. I should just be looking for moves away from VWAP. But what you talking about, homeboy? Look at this thing. We up 6 points. Boom. We make back what we had just lost. And then this thing just keeps pushing. Look at that. What time is it? 9:40? Where did that move just come from? Came up there to 0. It's range bound. And you can kind of find that range just trading it off of the $ tick chart. So here I go back long as this comes back down. We're up 135. I got my stop. I'm moving my stop to not get slammed. And I'm trying to lock in half every time. So boom, we're up 165. I'm just chasing it, locking profit in. Just locking profit in. And that's why I said I have no problem admitting that I will scalp the mess out of this market. We up 685. We 10 minutes into the open. I could technically just be like, all right, I'm done. But we do take a few more trades. What time is it? 9:41. So we'll take another trade in 1 minute. We'll take a peek at that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Let's see what we finished. So between two accounts that I traded today, finished up 2670 is what I made between my two accounts today. Trading this strategy, both accounts. Just one of them I was trading. One of them I was trading MNQ, and one of them I was trading NQ. Because like I said, I don't want to trade the PA account with this much risk. I'm trying to build me a cushion. This one here, look at where we got down to, -455. I'm expecting this thing to push on back up there to 0. So let's see what it does, and then we gonna wrap this one up. Again, once I get up about $100, I'm gonna go ahead and lock my stop in place. And that's my plan. But notice $ tick is making its move back up to 0. I want to be seeing this stock chart making its move back up price. I don't want this to be headed. Look, we're at 153 now. It literally gapped up. I don't want this to get close to 0 without this making a move higher, because when it gets to 0, I'm expecting it to push back down. So we got in this trade at 942. I can kind of take a peek and see what it did. 942, we basically got out on this one kind of flat. Made a few dollars. But look, we're up 160, 180. Are we locked in? We got the stop at break even. Get that stop up there. Lock in some of that. We up $200. All right, we got 100 locked in. We up 300. Let's lock in. What are you doing, LMD? You got a lot of money out there on the table and you ain't locking none of it in. Look where we at. We at 0. I should be expecting this to maybe pull back or get over 0 and keep going up to 450. But look, there go -60. Boom. I move my stop, lock that in. But look how much I left on the table. Look at how much I literally left on the table on that chart. And that right there, perfect example. When it got up to 0, expect that pullback. Expect that pullback. And we got the pullback. The key above VWAP, I don't really want to be taking these short. I don't want to take these short. And look how far this dipped down and didn't get off of zero, really. It didn't get off zero. So now this is going to start trying to push on up there to 450 and start chopping around above it. But yeah, that's what we did today, y'all. And that's how we made $800 in 15 minutes. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And we gonna be back at it again tomorrow. Oh, snaps. I had jumped in another one. Let me say that, and then I got right back out of it. Here, just so you see. I said 800. It said 790. I'm gonna flip this back real quick. Because I did what I said that I shouldn't have been doing. I took the short trade coming back down off of the zero. And now we're at 875. So, and look at the time, 9:45. So, yeah, you can make some decent money in this market and not have to be in the market all day. I'm starting the new year off. I put together a schedule. Y'all know I retired in August. So I got to put together a real schedule. And that schedule does not include me sitting in front of this computer all day. My trading time that I want to be in front of this desk is from about 9 in the morning till about 11:30. I did catch some trades after that where I would come in from my shop and look at the charts and they would be in a good spot. But 9:30 to 11:30, 9 o'clock to 11:30 is where I want to be trading at. But as always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. Anybody out there using the $tick or any of the other internals, the add, the vol, the tick, and what is the fourth one? I can't think of it. It may just be those three. Nah, it should be 4 though. It should be 4. But anybody else out there using them? And if so, how are you using it? There's different ways that you can use these internals. But the most important thing is to use it for what works for you. Like, use it for what works for you. They're not going to all work the same for everybody. But if you can find the slightest bit of edge in it, make it work for you. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up. We're going to throw up the piece with this hand because that hand has a cast on it. Peace.